Alrighty, vocab in context 1. So there's vocab in context 1 and 2 in the app, and we have videos for both. So again, it says vocab, that means word knowledge. All of word knowledge is 25% of your score, so being able to improve vocab is important. Our recommended way of improving vocab is reading for 15 minutes every day, preferably like a military type publication or a blog. Just there's more military type terms that show up within the vocab questions. Okay, so let's take a look. So in context, so what that means is there will be some kind of a sentence, that we're supposed to read, and there will be a vocab word that's underlined within it. So let's take a look. And considering the context is really a big deal, not just looking at the underlined word and be like, either I know it or I don't know it. Okay, so let's take a look. Although it may seem a paradox, so that's our word, right? Some studies have shown that employees who have opportunities to nap at work are more productive than their colleagues who choose to work and forego the napping. Okay, so kind of a ridiculous example, right? But our word is paradox. And so let's say we don't know what it means. Perhaps you do, right? Perhaps you do not. But thinking as, just the process that I'm going to go through. Okay, so some studies have shown that employees who have opportunities to nap at work are more productive than their colleagues who choose to work and forego the napping. So you have one group that's napping, another group that's not napping. The nappers are more productive. Okay, and so that's surprising, right? You would think the people who were putting in more work would be more productive than those who were taking a nap during part of their day. So it's paradox is what they're saying. And so we don't have answer choices here. This is just a quick example. So we would think, what does paradox probably mean? It's a surprise, isn't it? Unexpected. Okay. And so we can kind of figure that out just by reading something. And this is how you learn words, right? You do it all the time, right? Is all the time when people are talking to you, if they say things and use a word that you don't know, is you use that context, all the other words around the word that you don't know, to learn what the word means, right? Okay, so let's take a look at another one. Arriving promptly at the meeting place, Mrs. Welfring was annoyed to find herself killing time, killing is our word, killing time while waiting for the rest of the committee to show up. Okay, so there's our killing word. Okay, and then they want to know, what does that mean? Okay, so if she's killing time, and in this sense, killing refers more like to wasting, right? That's what they're talking about. That's just a phrase of killing time. Okay, so what are our answer choices? Murdering. Okay, so killing can mean murdering, but not in this context. So get rid of that one. I believe you say this word garrote, right? So there's a good chance that we don't know what it means. Okay, so we'll circle it as a possibility. Okay, that's all we'll do right now. Next, spoil the effect of. Okay, and so that doesn't really make any sense within this context, right? Spoil the effect of, that seems to be referring to food, or like perhaps like some kind of a surprise or something like that. But that's really not anything to do with what we're talking about here. So no. So far we have 2 no's and a maybe. Okay, and so if this last one is also a definite no, then we're going to pick the word we don't know, right? That has to be it. If we like the answer, though, we'll probably pick the one that we like. So the last answer is using up aimlessly, and that's exactly what they're talking about. Killing time, using up aimlessly. And so based on that, we will cross off this word garrote. Okay, we don't know what it means. We don't care to know what it means. We know that that last answer choice, using up aimlessly, is correct. Okay, again, if it was an answer choice that also didn't make any sense, we had 3 answer choices that we knew were wrong, and one word, we have no idea what it means, then we will just pick the word we don't know what it means, because the other answers are so obviously wrong. Okay. Next question. You could tell that the carpenter was deft with his tools. Okay, deft is the word. Okay, and so again, so let's say we don't know what deft means. And so we're talking about a carpenter and his tools. Okay, and so it probably is like either like skilled and talented, or maybe you think it's unskilled and untalented. It would tend to be like I would tend to be thinking talented right off the bat before I even looked at the answer choices. Um, just in that if it was untalented, you probably there would be more detail about the carpenter. But anyway, let's look at the answer choices. Angry. You could tell that the carpenter was angry with his tools. Unlikely. We'll cross that one out. You could tell that the carpenter was foreign with his tools. That doesn't even make any sense. No. You could tell the carpenter was skillful with his tools. Very likely to be the right answer. Let's go ahead and circle that guy. And then careless. Okay, and so that kind of gets into talented, untalented. Okay, so careless is certainly a possibility, right? So we'll circle it for a second here. Right, and then you have to decide. Now, if you know what the word deft means, then it's easy. Okay, so usually we're going through these answer choices if you don't know. So at least we've gotten it down to 50-50. Is if I'm looking at this, there's no way I'm picking careless. Okay, it's like I'm picking skillful, right? And the reason is there's just nothing in the sentence that has made me think that he's careless, right? They've defined him as a carpenter. You know, if it was like the rookie carpenter, then maybe, but they just didn't qualify it in that way, and so because of that, I'm going to tend to think that it's skillful. But anyway, let's go to the answer key, and right here we can see it. Right, def means neatly skillful and quick in one's movements. Okay, so skillful. So great, we got it right. Vocab and context. There we go. Okay, so then again, skillful and careless. It's just going to tend to be they're not trying that hard to trick you. They really aren't, right? It's going to tend to be if the answer was careless, is there would be some sort of a description of careless before they got to that, before the word that they're asking you to define. So that's vocab in context 1. Hopefully this helps you out.